welcome to a new Harry's Garage video, and today's car is the Porsche Carrera T. And T stands for touring, and this is their driver-focused version of the Carrera. And it's the only model you can get with a manual gearbox apart from the GT series, so GT3 and ST. Porsche have fitted it with a number of extras to enhance the driving. So it gets PASM as standard, rear steer, lighter glass, lovely gear stick. We'll have a look at it in the interior when we go outside. But a number of features that appeal to the enthusiast. But does it? Let's go and have a closer look. Now, yeah, all Porsche prices seem to have gone up dramatically in the last couple of years, and the base price of this car, £111,000. Not many extras though on this one. One of the extras are these Trick HD Matrix headlights, which are extremely good. So they should be though, because they're a £2,500 option. And that on the outside, I think, is it for the optional extras on this car. With the new generation of T, you actually get slightly bigger brakes on it. And these are their new style wheels. So these are 20-inch at the front, 21 on the rear. And they're big tyres, aren't they? 245 35 at the front, and at the rear, 305 30 by 21s, 305 section. You also get, if you get the manual version, you get a sticker to tell everyone that your car is a 6-speed manual. Yes, not the 7-speed. Apparently it's the same casing and everything as the 7-speed, but they've taken 7th gear out, but it's not the GT3 gearbox. Confusing, I know, but anyway, get a sticker there and you get this sort of grey look on the mirrors to distinguish the Carrera T. You don't have to have the graphics, but then there is an additional graphics pack which gives you a stripe down the bonnet. Not much more to show you on the outside really. You can't really see the thinner glass. You will see that it has no sunroof or anything. I think you can option them in. They always do, because obviously Porsche like options because you're spending more money. But they have this grey accent, which is the Carrera T colour. So the signature there in that colour. Can't show you the engine because it's a 992. There is space up the front. I'll just drop it in now. But let's take it outside to see if this all adds up to the ultimate driving 911. Good to see that manual. Oh, everything's happening. I've got in, it knows I'm in, so it's sort of preparing the car, ready to go. Yeah, the manual gearbox and 6-speed this time, and with this lovely finish actually, walnut wood, and the shorter throw as we first saw on Porsche ST. It seems to be getting everywhere now. Obviously it's in GT3 as well. And now you get MT here, manual transmission. They're very proud of it. And Charlie notices there's a little emblem there saying it's a 6-speed gearbox, and those 2 stickers in the rear windows as well. And you can see no rear seats in it either, just and lightweight glass. They have tried, but I have weighed it, and we'll get to that in a moment. And they declare a weight, I think it's 1490 kilos, but there's a super lightweight seat you can get to bring it down to that weight. These are adaptive sports seats, plus electrical 18-way with memory package and heated seats, I noticed there. Porsche seats are good. They're leather trimmed at the sides and then with a sort of tartan-esque in the middle, but you need your glasses on to spot the tartan. It's not like the old days when it was loud and proud and very colourful and 911 stitched into the headrests. But that's about it. And yeah, to start with this 992.2 generation, press a button there rather than twisting the light switch of old. Simple wheel, black spokes, drive mode change here to sport, normal. So it's obviously it starts in normal. If I go up to assistance, let's have a look. If I just change this, go to assistance, and you'll see it's all on there. Fortunately, I can just press the diamond on there and it gets rid of most things. Set lane keeping, so I can press that as well. So yeah, all good. Price of this car as it stands here, £118,432. So it needs to be good. PASM on here as well. You can see you've got switchable dampers. Handbrake is down there. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, the practicality all there, glove box, door bins. 911s are good at that sort of stuff. Anyway, it's a sunny day. It's meant to be raining today, but we're going to make the most of it and head out to my favourite bits of road. going to put it up to sport on there, and active exhaust. Let's just set off from here. Ooh. And yeah, there we are at 60 miles an hour. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a proper standing start, but yeah, it's about 4.5 seconds to 60 in it, which was slightly slower than I expected. I'll explain that in a moment, but I mean, it still feels rapid, and it's got that rich seam of torque, maximum torque from 1950 revs all the way around to 6, because yeah, it's a Porsche turbo, even though they don't say that. And it's relatively hushed in here. You know, they say they remove sound deadening, it's got thinner glass on it, but it measured 79 decibels on my noisy bit of road. Interesting, the dash layout on here. It had these yellow blobs on the rev counter, and I thought, well, that's odd. It's just like a BMW system saying it's cold engine, but it's between 2 and 6. And then realised this is their new rev indicator, change-up lights, which is good to see. It's a very welcome addition. Now, it's quite long geared, this car, so I'm going to put it down into second for this. And we'll just see how we get on up the hills. I'm in sport mode, as you can see on here, sport. Chassis is in normal, but it does get a bit of a move on out of here. And yeah, there's 60 miles an hour. Nowhere near the top of second gear. The gearing on it is annoyingly long. Takes you all the way to, well, allegedly about 79, 80 miles an hour when you hit the red line. Third is good for 120 miles an hour. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's like Nürburgring gearing, I suppose, rather than the British B roads gearing. But that's part of the reason why it's 4.5 seconds to 60, as I say. And the other thing is, if you got the PTK option, I checked what that Porsche GTS one car I had in, and that would do about 66 in second and about 90 something in third, so much lower gearing with the PTK gearbox over this manual gearbox. And the other thing it's obviously fighting is the weight of the car. I did weigh it, and it went 15-20 kilos. To be honest, I'm just not sure what a light car is. Is that light? I mean, it's a lot lighter than the near 2-ton Aston Martin Vanquish I had in the other day, or the Vuelto. What is light? I mean, it used to be just on either side of a ton, but that's gone out the window in 2025. It's going to go down here. Yeah, an easy second here. I almost feel like I could take first around here, and then oh, it's. Yeah, it's still a satisfying engine to rev out, and although I'm in sports, you'll see that the actual dampers are on normal, which is good to see. You have to go to Sports Plus to make the stiffer damping, and it is a sporting ride, as you would expect in a Carrera T, but not overly so. You know, I do know if I put it up, yeah, it's still usable, but it is a noticeable increase in damping effect. And you've got to remember with the PASM, it's actually the suspension is 10 mil lower than standard on it. But yeah, perfectly livable with. And yeah, no reflections. Quite different to GT3 and GT3 Touring, which is hyper sensitive to camber and suspension setup. Friends have got those cars, and they're all having their chassis checked. And there is no other car that makes such a difference on setup, I think, than the latest generation of GT3, and it's well worth having it checked out, but no such worries here. It does auto blip for you, which I always have to turn off because I'm just not used to it. Having spent a lifetime heel and toeing, it's very odd to have that. I'm gonna just calm it down. Yeah, you feel as though you're revving out. We're at 6,000. Oh, it's got some punch, but it's a boom from the exhaust as well. Yeah, interesting engine, isn't it? It's flat six, but if you've driven Carrera S, it hasn't quite got that sparkle at the top end that car has. It's loads of torque. Yeah, I'm sort of drifting to the likes and dislikes here. I think I ought to do that first. Well, yeah, as we're talking about the engine, the engine, I think it's a shame that it hasn't got an upgrade, especially for this Carrera T. it is a linear, very good drivetrain and very good delivery, and there's so much torque there, but there's no sparkle as it goes up. There's no sort of crescendo at the top end that makes you want to reach 7.5 RPM red line. Maximum power is at 6.5, and you don't rev it out. It's so different. If you get into a GT3, and I shouldn't compare it, but you can't. If it's the driver focused car, you just touch those outer limits of the rev limit on a GT3, you are addicted for life. You think, oh my god, that's amazing, I have to do it again. I don't feel that with this engine. Then the gearing, well, it doesn't really allow you to go to those top revs because it's so flipping long. You can, as I say, hit near enough 80 miles an hour in second gear and third for 120 miles an hour. If you're going to fit a manual, why can't they make the gearing more for road use rather than perhaps for Nürburgring use? Because that's the only place I can see this gearing makes sense is on the Nürburgring. Does not make sense on my local roads around here where I really enjoy driving. You're just going illegal far too often. I suppose another potential dislike with it is the pricing. Porsche would argue, well, we've got the manual transmission in there, we've added some little bits to enhance the T experience, and we've added a standard rear steer, chrono, and some other tasty bits. So yeah, you can see where the price has ended up, but it just feels expensive, and £5,000 more buys you a Carrera S. The positives, well, the chassis is very good down here. I've driven down here quite a few times, and around here, it is. It just squats and goes. Yeah, it's excellent, and it's rewarding, and it's all things we like about 911. There's an honesty to it. I know where I am with it. I know it's been tested to its outer limits, and yeah, it's enjoyable. Another like is really the rear steering axle. Who knew? I didn't know I wanted a rear steer axle, but each car I've driven, well, not all of them, but the vast majority, enhance the ride handling and then the convenience when you have to do a U-turn or you're in a car park or something. I think it's all good. It's such an easy car to heel and toe in this one. The other thing that I haven't mentioned that's really good, and that's the brakes. Absolutely stonking brakes. But that's a given almost from Porsche, but the steel brakes on this car are absolutely terrific for everything from feel, solid pedal, and just power when you want it. Really good. I'm going to also include the engine in the lights, which is a bit weird, but it has got that muscle. It is on your side. It's always got power available. And yeah, torque is what throws you down a road like this, and it's got plenty of that. So it's a funny bag, this engine. I just wish it had that charisma at the top end to make me want to rev it out, and shorter gearing to enjoy it. And the other thing, I think it looks pretty good as well. I mean, it's a nice idea, and I think, yeah, that's sort of my conclusion. I love the ethos behind the Carrera T. The trouble is the reality doesn't quite live up to that ethos, that lightweight. It doesn't feel that much lighter than anything else. The punch isn't quite there. The gearing is galactic. And there's all these other temptations from Porsche. And what now this car is like 120,000, I suppose, in this spec, and this is a pretty low spec. It'd be very easy to get it higher. They are pumping out 992 GT3s and Tourings, much bigger numbers before, and £30,000 extra would get you into a 992 Touring. And that would be highly tempting, as would a Carrera S and other cars. So yeah, it's a good idea, it's just not quite there. It hasn't quite gripped me as much as I hoped it would, but that is my review of the Carrera T, a worthy Porsche rather than a star of the range Porsche. So, hope that makes sense. If it does and you enjoy this video, please keep watching, keep subscribing, because there'll be more videos coming along very soon. Thanks for watching.